are those sections?
I hope you can make everyone... You did a fantastical job!
This is where you can purchase.
Nearest security officer.
It's nearly 6. Don't be alarmed when the teleportation process starts. It can be quite sudden.
Choco, Chocobocolina! This city is so darningly...
Palace guards are conducting a search for the intruder calling herself the Savior. She has rose-colored hair and is carrying...
I've got this.
Can you see the gods?
And is carrying an enormous weapon. Citizens are asked to report persons matching this description to the nearest security officer.
So, making a triumphant return.
You again.
What, can you hear me? I'm getting your feelings.
Buzz off, Hope. He does like to talk, that one. But jeepers, that was some showdown. Didn't go like I thought.
How so?
Okay, pop quiz. You get a special treat if you can tell me who showed Noel the Oracle Drive recording.
I'm guessing you?
Boy, I really underestimated the Shadow Hunter. I never expected he'd sabotage the prophecy himself.
After you went to all that trouble to set it up, my heart bleeds for you.
Hey, don't get me wrong. I didn't want it to go down any more than you. I'm happy it didn't. The world in that prophecy wasn't real. It was just a pretty fake. Like this god of yours, Benevelza. You know he's not omniscient. There's some things even he can't see.
Things he can't see. Things like this?
Oh, you're sharp as a knife, aren't you? When did you get to know so much about things? Still, I wonder if God knows his servant has her own agenda.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Are you doing okay, Light? Once upon a time, Noel was one of the leaders. He helped us in the struggle against the chaos. When the Order took the reins of power, he went underground, but he didn't disappear. He worked from the shadows to help keep the peace. Are tight around here. The first thing you'll need to do is break through the security net surrounding the Augur's Quarter.
If you're in the market for something to...
Guards are conducting a search for the intruder calling herself the Savior. She has rose-colored hair and is carrying an enormous weapon. Citizens are asked to report persons.
If you run, you'll end up being trapped.
No room for doubts now.
Matching this description to the nearest security vault. Guards are conducting a search for the intruder calling herself the Savior. She has rose-colored hair and is carrying an enormous weapon. Citizens are asked to report persons matching this description to the nearest security vault.
Only the finest quality here.
If you want money for your components,
she has rose-colored hair and is carrying an enormous weapon. She has rose-colored hair and is carrying an enormous weapon. Security. Citizens are asked to report persons.
This is the entrance to the Augur's Quarter. Only the wealthy can get in, and even they...
If you don't have an ID, you're never getting into the Augur's Quarter. If you really want to see one of the shows they hold there, you don't have much choice but the tour guide. The tour guide sneaks groups of tourists in through the back route to see the show in the Augur's Quarter. Trust me, he's not that hard to find. In fact, he's about the easiest person to spot.
I think we've got it now. I know how to get you into that palace. The gate to the Augur's Quarter is locked, and that's blocking you from the palace.
Palace guards are conducting a search.
If you don't have the proper ID, it'll be...
Hail there, my stylish lady. You're just dying to see this show, aren't you? You can try to hide it, but I know what a woman wants.
Maybe, maybe not. Either way, I don't have an ID to reach the theater.
No worries about that. I can get you a special ticket at a special price.
A ticket, huh?
Oh, you playing innocent? I'm sure you know about the sneaking in special. I help the poor visitors to our fair city, people who don't have the requisites, to see our most famous sight, the show in our illustrious theater. And I'm the...
So I buy a ticket and you get me in to see the show, and I've nothing to go on but your word.
My word is good, but I can't offer any guarantee. I mean, who knows if you'll make it back alive? That depends on Lady Luck. So put your trust in Fortuna and your money in my pocket.
Fine. But how about a few more details?
I knew you were up for it. All right. Let me explain to you the brilliance of my little tour, shall I? It starts next to the monorail track. You know, the one that carries supplies from the industrial area. Up on that track, you'll find some of the best views in the city. If you know where to look, that is. I can take you up on the track from the industrial area and get you set up all nice and comfy. A perch with a view. You'll be able to see the Augur's Quarter and the theater.
Sounds easy enough. So where does Lady Luck come into it?
Well, the tour's not without danger. The chaos infusions have been hitting the industrial area real hard these days. You might have to fight more than just desperate tourists on your way to the best seats. I don't guarantee your safe arrival or return. All I guarantee is I'm the only way in. Not that it looks like you have plans of actually sitting down and watching a thing, my lady.
What are you trying to say?
Nothing. None of my business to say where you might be going or who you might be going after. I'm sure the Savior plays her cards close to her chest.
Gee, was it the posters around town that tipped you off?
I could sell you out to the palace guard, you know, make a pretty profit. I guess you'll also have to depend on your luck to see that I don't just do that, Now, don't you feel like coughing up and buying a ticket to my tour? I'll even give you a special price just for you.
If you want to betray me to the authorities, go ahead. But watch your back if you do.
Ooh, look out for the big bad Savior! A ticket for one. Time's on the ticket. Be in the industrial area by then or you'll miss your chance for the show. One of my helpers will be in front of the gate to the industrial area. Give them that ticket and they'll take real good care of you. You know the area, right? Past Central Avenue and then across the sand in the lower city. We leave on the dot, so don't you dawdle or you'll have to wait for the next tour. Thank you for your business.
There are a lot of popular attractions in the Augur's Quarter. People want to see them, and it looks like there's a back route that people without IDs can use to get inside.
Every night, there's a play put on in the Augur's Quarter.
Yes, you have come at the appointed time. Your destiny awaits, Savior.
And just what makes you so sure that I'm...
His eye sees the truth. It cannot be denied. We are alchemists who seek the ultimate truth. He has used the alchemic arts on himself. Now he possesses the eye that sees all.
So, what do you want?
Listen to his oracle. Your true path has...
An oracle? If you've got something to tell me, I'll listen. But I choose my own path.
Listen, Savior. I say tomorrow, when the sun hangs highest in the sky, you shall meet us in this place. The encounter is ordained.
Hope, what do you make of these so-called fortune tellers?
They don't speak very clearly or quickly. But I think what they basically said was they want you to come back and see them again at noon tomorrow.
It's not much of an oracle. They're just telling you what to do. Well, I'll decide tomorrow.
She has rose-colored hair and is carrying an enormous weapon. Citizens are asked to report persons matching this description to the nearest security officer.
Remember, the tour meets up in front of the gate at the industrial area.
The Savior.
You'll have to be there at 6 p.m. Make sure you're not late, or they'll leave without you.
Citizens are asked to report persons matching this description to the nearest security officer. This is a broadcast from the Public Safety Office.
Hey, do you need something refloored? I'll be waiting.
A new world awaits us all.
For the arrest of the woman calling herself the Savior. She is armed and considered extremely dangerous.
Yay, I got fireworks from that chocobo lady!
To the nearest security officer.
If you want fireworks,
Palace guards are conducting a search for the intruder calling herself the Savior. She has rose-colored hair and is carrying an enormous weapon. Citizens are asked to report persons matching this description to the nearest security officer.
If you make a wish upon fireworks, it'll come true someday.
yay, I got fire!
Palace guards are conducting a search for the intruder calling herself the Savior. She has rose-colored hair and is carrying an enormous weapon. Citizens are asked to report persons.
What do you think you're playing at, selling that poison? Make me stronger? It almost killed me.
I did warn you that the use of my concoctions is not without risk. In short, you were warned.
Not without risk? You're a crook and a charlatan, you hear me? Huh? I'm done with this place.
Palace guards are conducting a search for the intruder calling herself the Savior. She has rose-colored hair and is carrying an enormous weapon. Citizens are asked to report persons matching this description to the nearest security officer. Palace guards are conducting a search for the intruder calling herself the Savior. She has rose-colored hair and is carrying an enormous weapon. Citizens are asked to report persons matching this description to the nearest security officer.
Come on, you can do it.
There's a supply rail that runs through the area. That'll be your means to sneak in.
The Savior. She has rose-colored
Everyone who
hair
signed up for the
and
tour to
carrying
see the
an
show is
enormous
meeting up at
weapon.
6 p.m.
Citizens
You
are
have to be at
asked
the gate
report
to the
persons
industrial area
matching
by
this
then.
description to the nearest security officer. are conducting a search for the intruder calling herself the Savior. She has rose-colored hair and is carrying an enormous weapon.
Delicious, doesn't it?
Citizens are asked to report persons matching this description to the nearest security officer.
Things are happening. What, Chocoboco? Chocobocolina!
Conducting a search for the intruder calling herself the Savior. She has rose-colored hair and is carrying an enormous weapon. Citizens are asked to report persons matching this description to the nearest security officer.
If you can't even see the plane.
Palace guards are conducting a search for the intruder calling herself
Oh, you
the
must
Savior.
be. Now let's
She
see
has
if you live.
rose-colored
So,
hair and is
how's
carrying
the?
an
You can sell
enormous
to me
weapon.
or Baird. It doesn't.
Citizens are
All the
asked to
seeds
report
end up
persons
being.
matching this description to the nearest security
You brought me some.
officer.
A deal's a deal.
Bringer of the end?
Now.
I don't plan on losing. You shall return to nothingness. Here I descend. Keep up if you can. You're down.
This stops the Wildlands. Passengers for the Dead Dunes and Luxurian South Station, please board now. Thank you.
So this is the last surviving wilderness.
It's the world as it once was. Nature's last stand. Wild beasts still live and die here as they always have. It's raw in nature, red in tooth and claw, and the chaos here is just as dangerous. The people who live out here are not like the city dwellers. They're different. They don't follow the teachings of the Order. And they don't want to rely on handouts either, so they strive to live off the land.
A refuge for those who refuse to be tamed. Is that it?
Light!
The encounter is ordained. You have been led to the fountainhead, whence the chaos flows. Here you will meet the servant of fate, adorned with feathers of white. The angel of Valhalla.
Light? What just happened?
I heard a voice. It said that I've been led here, and I'm supposed to meet someone. The angel of Valhalla.
What kind of voice? I didn't pick anything up on this end.
A young girl, but I don't think she's close. It was more like she was speaking from the chaos itself.
I just ran a search on this angel person, but it came up blank. Maybe you should ask the locals.
Yeah? What do you want?
I have a question for you. Have you ever heard of someone called the Angel of Valhalla?
You must be new to these parts. There's not a man or woman here that doesn't know the Angel.
The Angel of Valhalla isn't a person. It's a legendary chocobo, covered in feathers as white as the clouds. It's the sacred bird that only appears at the end of the world.
So it's a local legend, then?
Yeah, a legend. At least that's what it used to be. But in recent times, many folk have seen the bird with their own two eyes. A lot of us are thinking maybe that story is true.
Maybe it is, but Dr. Ghazal has been after it for years, and he still doesn't have proof that the beast is the one from legend.
Dr. Ghazal? Who would that be?
The famous veterinarian, of course. A prickly character with the temper of a behemoth, but he loves his chocobos. When it comes to the Angel, he's the leading expert in all of the wildlands.
The doctor lives up the road a bit, in the village of Canopus Farms. If you catch him in a good mood, he'll help you out. Maybe.
A white chocobo at the end of the world.
There's nothing about this in any of the official stories.
Chocobo Galina!
Even if it is,